Uh, Thank you, Nero, for being part of this interview and for trialing the Think Equal program. How have you found teaching the subject in school?
It is actually initially we thought it was going to be a challenge, but after starting it, it has become very interesting and we find it very helpful, and we can incorporate it with our day-to-day lessons, and it has become a part of the teaching process in
Yeah.
school. And we have come across a lot of new experiences, and we've discovered new talents in children, which was easy to identify during the Think Equal lessons, which areas which we didn't focus much before. As an example, there is this child. For the first year in school, she didn't. She joined when she was 2.5. Till 3.5, she hardly spoke a word. There were times where she didn't even respond with a nod or a smile. So it was very difficult for us to identify whether she got whatever we told her, or was there any other problem. But once we contacted the parents, they kept saying that she speaks at home. So it made our situation even more difficult, because then there should be a reason.
So she never spoke in
no,
this classroom?
Never spoke, not no. She was emotionally blank. Sometimes, like, even if they don't speak, they smile, they enjoy whatever. But in her case, there was nothing like that. And after we started the first Think Equal lesson, there was an immediate change that we saw, like when we were speaking about yourself, and she started talking about her family, and it was so surprising to know that she knew such a lot of words.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
and then she was talking about herself, what she likes about herself, and now we are on the 4th week of Think Equal. There is a big improvement, and
Yeah.
it's a improvement in the sense it's a remarkable change. She's speaking, she's enjoying, she's dancing, and
Wow.
cooperating in all the lessons and enjoying every moment of it. So that was, as a teacher, I think that was a big challenge, and I'm really happy that through these Think Equal lessons, that children are able to express themselves more.
Yeah.
And I think they understand the concepts, and it's
Why do you think this child changed so rapidly? What was it about the lesson which
I
changed?
think the depth in which we spoke about self, I think she was waiting to express about her family, and in general, in the normal classroom environment, we don't focus so much on one child or particular, like we do about self-care, helping others, helping yourself, but we don't focus so much. But with the Think Equal lessons, it was like looking at them in the mirror and trying to draw the portrait, and like asking them, what do you like about yourself itself, made them that self-awareness, I think, really struck her, and
Okay.
that's why she was able to come out and express herself.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And how have the other children responded to the
There
program?
is like many, anyway, all the 3 to 4.5 year olds are really keen in this, and they're looking forward. We have everything ready in a tray for the next lesson. So the moment we take the tray, they all come and sit around in the
really?
circle. They're really looking forward to it. And it's structured. As a teacher, I find it very easy, the way the lessons have been structured, and how throughout the week, how it gets deeper and deeper. By the end of the week, whatever the message we are trying to give them, I feel that they have got understood the message, and
Yeah.
they come up with problems, they come up with solutions, and then they tend to use it in other situations in the class, not only with the lesson, I think. So whatever the Think Equal team is trying to bring in,
Yeah.
I feel it can be easily achieved through these lessons. We have been following something similar, like the Peace curriculum,
Yeah.
but we haven't gone, like, followed it into depth like this. So I think it's really working, and the children, they are like little things that parents come and ask us, what have you all been doing new, I see a change like this. Now there's another girl in my class. She's very beautiful, and she knows she's beautiful. So, she sticks with only the beautiful people in class.
Okay.
So, her mother came and said at home she was very nice to her maid last week. Can I know what you have been doing? So it was after the you be yourself, you be you, that
Yeah.
lesson. So then I said, we did something like this. It's okay to be different. Everyone is not the same. So she said maybe that she went and told the maid that it's okay to be different, and though you're dark, it's okay.
Okay.
So
Wow.
there are many incidents like that, and I think they find it. I think the books itself are selected so well that it gives the correct information and the pictures, and it's really good.
And do you feel the lesson plans are well structured and
Yes.
easy for teachers to follow?
Because it's so well structured. If you read it through and if you're ready for the lesson the previous day, it's just a matter of conducting it without any hassle. You don't miss anything.
Yeah.
It's point by point, very well structured.
Okay. So even for a teacher who say hasn't been so well trained in education, do you think it'll be easy?
Easy for them to follow it.
Okay.
And especially with the other resources that we got with the videos and things like that, they can get a general idea what is expected.
Yeah.
And with the guided lesson plans, I don't think they need a lot of training as such.
Have you found any difficulties or any resistance for implementing the program?
Up to now, there is no such difficulty. It took a while for us to prepare and get ready. And as I said in the beginning, I thought it was going to be a huge challenge.
Yeah.
Me, especially with a lot of experience, I thought it was going to be a challenge to set aside half an hour for Think Equal and all that. But after the first 2 lessons, we knew it is like something we have been always doing, but without giving much focus.
Mm-hmm.
So it became so easy, and now it has become a part of our school.
Okay. Wow. Would you recommend other schools to take up the Think Equal?
Of course, and actually we are waiting for an opportunity to talk about it to the other schools also, because sometimes things we think is going to be difficult and children don't understand. Now generally people have a concept that 3 to 4.5-year-olds can't understand things of this nature, but with these lessons it's become things that we don't imagine that they will understand. With their responses, we feel that they have really got the concept of whatever we are trying to tell them.
Okay. And would you then also ask the Sri Lankan government to ensure that this type of teaching is introduced into schools?
Of course, especially now we are a private school, so anyway we somehow try to do these things, but in other schools, especially even in Colombo and also outstation schools, they don't get the opportunity or focus to this type of education, which is very important. So if the Sri Lankan government is going to take a step in this nature, it's going to be a huge advantage, because these are the formative years where they can inculcate these things in children. So it will be really helpful for children to know to live in society, to cooperate, to help, to
Yeah.
be empathic and things like that.
Have
So-
you used the TALES toolkits?
Yes.
Okay.
That's actually, it's very interesting how children come up with solutions, and then sometimes as a teacher, what I see as a problem may not be a problem for them, but they come up with their own problems, and they try to use it in other situations in the class, like when
Okay.
there are conflicts between them, they try to bring that, auntie, can I have that bag?
Oh,
We need
really?
to solve this. So it's really interesting, I think. And the way in the nature it is being put to the children, the lessons itself has got a lot of interest in them.
Yeah.
So
So they become problem solvers.
yes, actually we are also waiting to go fully fledged with all the children.
Yeah.
So maybe after this pilot program is over,
Yeah.
we'll be able to.
Great. Thank you very much, Neeru. Thank
Okay,
you.
Arita, thank you for the opportunity.